Hello there. I have a visitor today. This is going to be the first video where I talk about albums that I don't own and just where I talk about music that I'm already distracted. Anyway, 7 black metal albums for my cold, lonely hearts out there. First album I want to talk about is Drowning the Light, an alignment of Dead Stars. Drowning the Light is an Australian black metal project. It's a one-man band that started in 2003. And this project I kind of gravitate towards the most with Drowning the Light. Really good, just raw riffs and raw atmosphere. I remember the first time I heard this album and I was just walking. Took a long walk, probably an hour and a half, and I was listening to this thing, and I absolutely adore it, man. This is some of that black metal sound that I absolutely love. It's raw, it's beautiful, it's melancholic, I guess. And it's very, like I said, it's very beautiful. It's pretty music to me. It may sound very ugly to most people, but I fucking love this shit. Drowning the Light is a great one-man band from Australia. Check them out if you haven't before. Next album I'm going to talk about is Despondent Moon with their album, I actually have to look at the title again because I forgot it, Enshrouded in Eternal Moonlight. This is the album that I'm playing in the background of this video. The first video where I'm actually playing music, so hopefully it doesn't get taken down or anything by YouTube. Hopefully it's allowed. But yeah, Despondent Moon, really like underground black metal band from the UK, I believe. I don't know much about this band at all. I hardly know anything, but for some reason they remind me a lot of Emperor, and I don't like comparing bands like that. I like to just stick to like the one band that I'm talking about and sort of describe them, but for some reason when I listen to just Despondent Moon, especially this album, it reminds me of Emperor a lot, and I'm a huge Emperor fan. One of my favorite musical acts in a band that got me into many different like extreme genres. They were one of the first black metal bands I really liked. A lot of like sort of fantasy elements, I guess. It's a very majestic sound, and a very like beautiful sort of otherworldly sound, very mysterious. But yeah, Despondent Moon, they have a lot of good stuff out. They're a relatively new band, I think, and just that raw, like melancholic, beautiful black metal sound that I absolutely love. These guys do it tremendously. And I say these guys, I don't know how many members are in this band or anything. They're very, like, underground, but Despondent Moon, check them out. Next album I'm going to be talking about is Blodsrit with, let's try to pronounce this, Helveteshymner. This is Swedish black metal. Blodsrit has been around for a long time, and they've put out a lot of stuff. Very underrated band, in my opinion. I don't hear much, see much about these guys, really. I don't know if they've performed at any like big metal festivals or anything like that. Probably should look a little bit more into these guys because I am big fans of their work, but for me this is their best album. I'm not sure if this was their debut or not, but it's from '98. And it is just absolutely loaded with so many good riffs and just shit that I can literally fall asleep to. I mean, I love this music so much. Like I said, this is Swedish black metal, 3 guys in the band. I'm assuming they swapped members many times over the years, and they've been through fucking many different changes and all this shit, but this is one of their first albums from '98. Helveteshymner is the name of it. Next album I'm going to talk about is the Horna and Sacrificia Mortuorum split. This is a split album. Horna is a pretty much legendary black metal band. They've been around for a long time. Finland. They're from Finland. Finnish band. Sacrificia Mortuorum, I don't know much about. All I know is that they formed in France in 2000. They don't have many releases, but for some reason I just absolutely... I love this split. And especially the Sacrificia Mortuorum, however you pronounce her name. Their split of this album is really fucking good, and it's really grim, really ugly, and it kind of blew me away when I first heard it, man. I had never heard anything from these guys. Horna, I've heard so much from, and they're always very, very good. Their riffs are just awesome. It's Finnish black metal perfection. These guys have done it for so fucking long. But this other band, check them out, bro. French black metal. This split was released in 2007, and like I said, just hideous, disgusting, grim, ugly shit. And it hits right here, bro. It hits. 5th album I'm gonna talk about is Yellow Eyes, with their 2010 release called Silence Threads the Evening's Cloth. This is black metal from New York, of all places, so some American love here. I've heard some criticism for this band that maybe they're not too, innovative, I guess, or it's not the most harshest shit. And it's definitely not, traditional black metal. This is pretty, different stuff, and the riffs are very odd sounding and different, but I like a lot of the atmospheres on this album. This one specifically, but I'm a big fan of this band. I want to see these guys live one day. I don't know much about them, to be honest. This album, I think, was their debut. Came out in 2010. And, yeah, I love the fucking atmosphere. It's sad, but it's this powerful, sadness or something. I don't know. There's this specific, powerful beauty in this sad, melancholic sound that I really love. And yeah, Yellow Eyes is number 5 for my recommendations. Number 6 on my list is going to be a band that I actually don't know how to pronounce. La or Lia or something. Norwegian black metal. And I picked their 2006 release, their most popular release. It's called Til Avsky For Livet, which apparently means to the disgust of life. And however you pronounce the band name, Lia, whatever, is the Norwegian word for scythe, which I found was pretty interesting. This album came out in 2006. This has been a band that has been around for a bit. I don't know if they're still a thing, but they've released a good amount of work, and this is by far their most popular release. I think I actually discovered this album on YouTube, I believe, and then looked into it a bit more, and yeah, bro, this shit is cold, satanic, ugly, Norwegian fucking masterpiece. It doesn't get the same recognition as some of the bigger Norwegian black metal bands or some of the most, you know, legendary albums from like the early 90s and shit. This is a mid 2000s release, so it's kind of like an oddball, but from the first second this shit kicks in, the first riff, I just absolutely fell in love with this album. Like I said, it's just purely cold, nasty hatred, but it's very catchy at the same time too. A lot of memorable, you know, riffs and moments on this. Perfect vocals, perfect fucking like cold raw production, just awesome shit. And that is my number 6. And the last album I'm going to talk about is the album entitled Warlord by Panzerwar. This is just fucking awesome pagan, just nasty black metal from I believe it's Canadian. Canada is the origin of this band. It's one guy. I've heard some different things about, well, I've seen some different things online about there's European ties or something. I don't know where this band formed. Apparently the origins are Canadian. But yeah, it reminded me a lot of Peste Noir for some reason. That like ugly, pagan, like gross sound. But it's still beautiful, you know, but those really like tortured vocals I absolutely love on this thing. It's a relatively new band. Apparently they started in 2017, and this has been my favorite release from them. The second track on this thing, Eternal Heathen Wrath, really like hooked me in, and I was like, holy shit. Like, especially really with the vocals, I was like, man, like, I don't know, it was beautifully disturbing, and for some reason Peste Noir came into my head. And like I said, I don't like to compare bands like that. Like I said earlier with the Emperor and Despondent Moon comparison, because these bands are completely different and it's completely different time periods. But I guess I like just shouting out like maybe some potential influences or just some shit that some reminders, you know. This music reminds me of this band, you know. So yeah, Panzerwar, Warlord is my 7th and final recommendation. Thank you guys for watching. I guess to whoever is watching, let me know if you want to see more of the same, if you want to see more vinyl or whatever. I'm pretty much open to anything. Next video I really want to make before I make the next recommendation or vinyl video is a video called Gateway Albums, if that makes any sense. Sort of think of like gateway drugs, but I'm going to be talking about metal albums that introduced me to a lot of different genres and styles of music. You know, the depths of extreme music that I have grown very fond of. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.